12-year-old kid goes into a convenience store and robs the place with his grandfather's gun. Here's the footage. All right, damn shame. Okay, put up the graphic of the 12-year-old robbing this store, scaring the hell out of everybody at the store. Okay, I'm gonna give you some background to this. Let's keep that graphic up. This happened in Michigan, of all places. This happened in Michigan. That was a 12-year-old who just did that. According to the police, this 12-year-old had discussed with classmates which gas station he thought was the least secure. He was creating his target list and did exactly what he told his classmates he was going to do. All right. The 12-year-old is now in custody after he walked into this Hartford, Michigan gas station around 4 p.m. last Wednesday. He stood in line with all the other customers before pulling out a 9mm handgun. Let's show the graphic of him pulling this gun right before he shot up the ceiling. All right, the 911 call was made shortly after that. He left with the money. Hartford Police Chief Teresa Beltran, let's put up her picture. She spoke with the local outlet stating she located the 12-year-old behind some buildings about a block and a half away from the gas station. All right, so the 12-year-old was arrested. There was no incident. He had been placed in the county juvenile center after he was deemed a public safety risk. The 12-year-old, who has not been identified because he is a minor, has been charged with 6 felonies, including armed robbery, discharge of a firearm, and assault with a dangerous weapon. The gun used in the robbery belongs to his grandfather, who lives with him and is the legal guardian. He had reportedly retrieved the firearm from the grandfather's safe, where it was loaded and had 2 magazines. Let me pause right there. One of the reforms that many of us have been pushing for is to create stricter penalties that include criminal and civil for parents, for guardians who refuse to properly secure their guns. Common sense. As a matter of fact, in the state of Georgia, there's a commissioner, a progressive commissioner in DeKalb County named Ted Terry. Ted Terry presented legislation to create a civil penalty if a guardian left a gun unsecured. The state of Georgia has a ridiculous law that will not allow local jurisdictions to pass common sense local gun laws. Isn't that something? All right. So the gun used in the robbery does belong to the grandfather. Police confirmed that the grandfather was unaware the child could access the safe, according to their narrative. The Hartford police lieutenant, let's put up his picture. His name is Mike Prince. So Lieutenant Prince said even after 38 years, he told the local outlet, every day I'm seeing something new at this job. What really flabbergasted me is that he, being the 12-year-old, showed no emotion. Well, wait a minute, Lieutenant. We have a gun culture in America. America's culture is rooted in violence, is rooted in guns. So much so, it's in the US Constitution. You have a right to have this gun. This is what the 12-year-old has been taught. You have a right to have this gun. You have a right to the privilege that you exist inside of. This is the natural conclusion of the indoctrination of America. That's what this is. Don't act as if all of a sudden you're shocked, Lieutenant, that this is strange, that this is just outside of what you ever could have imagined. At some point, we as a nation will have to deal with the reality that those who founded this country got it wrong. They got it wrong. They messed up. They're human. They made some mistakes in this document we know as the Constitution. Evidenced in the fact that we have amendments to the Constitution. That's just another word for correction. It is not a perfect document. It is full of flaws, just like the men who wrote it. He told us he didn't do it for the money. He said he would have thrown the money into the sewer. He would not give us an explanation why he did it. Isn't that something? Jackson, thoughts here?
So I think one of the more unfortunate things about, people who are so dead set on absolutely nothing being done about gun rights is how false their fears are about the government coming after them, as if they'll somehow be able to fight against jets and helicopters and tanks and heat-seeking missiles and all of those things like that. But one of the things that really stuck out to me about this story is that even if he didn't get this gun from his grandfather, there's so many weapons in this country that he could have gotten it from somewhere else, more likely than not. I mean, I can think of in multiple states right now where I can get guns off the streets, and I'm old enough to not even have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, they're absolutely everywhere because, like you said, from the time this country was founded, it's part of the country's constitution. It's part of what got this place going. And it's one of the most protected amendments that we have, and it's one of the most corrupt areas that we have in our political system. So it's just crazy to think about how many weapons there really are and how easy it is for anybody to get them, legally or not.
Yeah, well said.